Welcome back to another episode of The Offline Era with your host, Steve, and your other host,
Steve.
Steve. We got the Steves here. Welcome back, everybody. Happy to be back. How you been, Steve? It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
It's been a very long time. We just had an Aldi open up in our neighborhood. Steve just went to it for, I think today was the opening, right? Or yesterday?
Fantastic. Today, well, I think today was the big grand opening.
Got it.
It was fantastic.
How was it?
Incredible. A lot of self-checkouts, which you don't really see at the Aldis that often. I know Aldi's like really cool too because they let the cashiers sit down, which I don't know why other stores.
Is that a thing?
It is, yeah. Like other cashiers, they have to stand. I don't know why. Punishment, I suppose.
Sounds like my type of job if I could just sit down and... But I think self-checkout's going to get rid of all those people eventually in the future. Yeah. Everything's been good with me as well. Still on vacation from work, so just enjoying that. And
Birthday week.
Yeah.
Big
35. Not really sure how I got here. Where were you were 35? What were you doing?
What wasn't I doing 35? That was so long ago. 7 years ago.
Damn, you make it sound like 7?
Yeah, 7 years ago.
So you're 42?
Yeah. No, wait, I'm older than that. I'm 44. 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you're 81,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 9 years ago. Wow, I can't do math. I don't math good. Computers do that
35.
for me. Yeah. That was a long time ago, man. I don't know, I was a different person back then.
Yeah, you were probably
But now I'm older, wiser.
playing Game Boy back then.
No,
35.
I wish. It was a different world back then.
35 was what? So 9 years ago, that was 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2016, I was 26. 25 going on 26.
I was married 8 years at the time.
Damn, really? How long have you been married?
18 years, I think, now? Since 2008. Again, I can't math.
2008.
17 years? 18 years?
Yeah, 17 years.
17 years, yeah. Almost 20, coming up on 20. So.
Damn, bro, 17 years.
When you're old like me, yeah.
2008 you got married?
2008.
Damn, I graduated high school 2009.
Yeah.
I was still learning I was learning algebra.
If you would have came to our wedding, I'd have been like, yeah, no alcohol for him.
Honestly, back then I probably looked older than you because I still have my beard going on and stuff like that. I remember in high school I looked older than I was, and I remember going to the mall and stuff like that, and like kids that were older than me would ask me to buy them cigarettes, and I'm like, I wish, bro. I mean, I wish I could buy cigarettes. I can't fucking do it. Like
I remember when you only had to be 18 to buy cigarettes. But...
Yeah, no, 19 was when I was like, I remember it being 18, then it got pushed up to 19, and
it's 21 now, right? Is it like alcohol? No, it's still 19. Is it 19? I don't even know.
I don't remember. I smoked for a little bit, and I can't remember because it was already way past the point. I was over both 19 and 21 at the time, so I don't even remember looking at it anymore. But they always got the sign there. It says like, you know, today's date. With today's date, if you weren't born on this day, this year, or whatever, like, don't sell to you. It was basically the cashier's way of knowing, like, if it's not that date, anything earlier than that, they don't get shit.
That's like when they check IDs for booze and they just see the 19. They're like, that's it. I saw the 19. I didn't have to check the rest. I didn't have to math.
Yeah, it's fucked up, right? Like now we're at that point where as long as your thing says 19. Yeah, because if you were born in 2000, you're 25 now.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's fucked up, bro. I didn't even think about that. Like, damn, as long as my shit says 1900.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm good for whatever. And now I could be president.
Yeah. Well,
35, you could be president. Apparently. And I thought 35 was the age for like the cutoff of the draft, but apparently that's 26. So I'm good. I've been good. I couldn't go to honestly, these past, from 26 to 34, I was very nervous about getting drafted.
World War III.
I've been nervous for the past 8 years, but in reality, I was good. But yeah, I'm not going to war. So sorry. It's just not. And you don't want me being in war. I'll be a really shitty soldier. Cool. Anything else going on before we get into this episode?
I mean, we do have off camera.
That's right.
Some continuity from our last episode, which we may enjoy during the episode. So in case you see us eating it, if you didn't watch.
You want to start off with something now?
Some of our
I mean, we got a couple things that.
So people that have watched our.
I think we keep the
Nerds Row?
the 1A, the 1B for the end. Because that takes the longest to consume.
Yeah, okay, I got you. I got you.
The other two we could eat first.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll keep the other one for the end because that one I feel like we're going to be like
People be out of the loop unless you're
we're gonna
watching
be
all
sucking
episodes.
we're gonna be sucking it to a point
Yeah.
for the whole show. It seems like so. But yeah. Tell them about what we got.
So we got some Nerds Rope.
Yep.
Pass it over to you.
Yep.
We have you said which push pop do you prefer, watermelon or strawberry?
I don't care. I didn't know what you preferred.
I'm gonna take the watermelon. I'll pass
Okay.
it the strawberry.
I'll hold on to the strawberry for later.
Show people here's our beautiful push pop. And then we also have some assorted flavors. Five Below, we got this from.
Yep.
We've got this from. Not a sponsor.
15 cents a pop. Maybe maybe Five Below can sponsor.
Some
and we get it
atomic.
for free.
Not even. Maybe that's it. They're not atomic. I thought they were atomic warheads. They're just warheads.
But was that what they were? I just feel like they were called warheads.
Yeah, I think so too.
But yeah, I mean, we're gonna just have some of these on camera, just because we were talking on the last episode where we were saying like. It's hard to we were trying to judge on like which ones should have moved on to the next.
Just from memory, yeah.
Yeah, but like we haven't had a lot of these things in a while, so we were like, oh yeah, we should just bring in a couple of these things and try them. And like Warheads and Push Pops were the finalists, and we inevitably landed on Warheads strictly from a rock paper scissors shoot match.
Yeah, could have been either.
Yeah, honestly. Any one of them could have won. It could have been Push Pop or Warhead, and we both probably would have been fine with that. It just happened that Warhead won. And we were talking about Nerds Rope. I used to be a huge fan of these things, but I remember in recent years I had one of these, and they just didn't like have as many nerds on them than I used to remember. But I was feeling the bag, and it kind of feels really nerdy. Like, there's a lot of nerds on here. It feels like. So this is the holiday
Some people
version.
would say that about this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
A lot of nerds have been here.
Yep, just Steve coming with the dad jokes every single episode. Yeah, these are the holiday ones. Surprisingly, there is a nutrition label on here. I'm not sure what the nutrition label is. Like what. Let's see, 20 grams of sugar, 22 grams of carbs.
Don't read it. I don't want to know.
Yeah, I mean...
Ignorance is bliss. I'm going to take a bite out of it.
Let's see. So we're going to try this. But this isn't what the episode is about. Oh, this actually is kind of decorated nice. It does have a nice amount on here. Oh, shit. Maybe the one I got that I was referencing on the last episode was just a bad batch. But this is kind of how I remember them.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a Nerds fan, I don't understand how you're not going to like Nerds Rope.
Yeah, this is just...
Fantastic.
It's so good.
It comes out. There's a little ASMR, too. Put that in the mic.
Yeah, I don't know if people want to hear me chew, because sometimes I chew with my mouth open, and it's a bad habit, but these are freaking good.
Fantastic.
Man. Yeah.
Tell them about today's episode. What's our theme for today's episode? Get people to think.
Let's talk about today's episode. So, today's episode, we're talking about dial-up and like AOL Instant Messenger and like away messages and everything that comes with that. Chat rooms.
Yeah.
Some of the iconic sounds that we used to hear and just kind of diving into that. So, obviously, people that grew up in it, they know.
Yeah.
You know.
This was huge when I was like, because I went to college. I graduated in 99 and from high school. And then went to college in like the early 2000s. And it was huge. I mean, it was like a way of life. Yeah.
So like AOL for you must have been like what MySpace and Facebook were like for my group.
Correct. Like this was a way, like when you were in college and obviously like your friends were in different places, like cell phones were... I mean, everyone had a cell phone when you were in college, but it wasn't as popular as now. They had like night and weekend plans. This is your way of keeping in touch with all your friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I remember getting onto, I think the first time I ever made a screen name, I think it was probably around like 2002.
What was your screen name? Mine was my birthday.
Just your birthday?
Yeah, it was ST32781, which is my birthday.
Oh, okay. I thought you literally just put like December 4th.
No. It was taken. A lot of my friends know my birthday because of my name.
I don't remember what my first one was, but I do remember what my most used one was. Because that was also back in the day, like back in the day when you had AOL Instant Messenger, like I feel like it was the cool thing to just constantly keep changing it. Like,
was that a cool thing? I mean, then your friends can keep in touch with you.
I feel like some people kept it that like felt like they maybe struck gold with their first name, but I did remember a lot of people changing their name constantly. Mm-hmm. And I was one of them. I would change my name a lot, but
easy to catfish people.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. No, I think so. The one I stuck with the most. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Back then, screen names were only allowed to be 16 characters long.
Yeah, there's a certain length. Yeah.
And the reason why I know that was because my longtime screen name was Underground Hip Hop, but I had to spell it UNDA, like Underground Hip Hop, to get it
fit. Yeah,
because Underground didn't fit, and the whole name was capitalized except for the I in hip hop, because that's what we did. You either did every other letter was capitalized, or every letter was capitalized except for the I. When you did certain type of text, like if it was like away messages or your profile, or your screen name and shit like that, like a lot of people would do like every other letter being capitalized. Like I don't know if that was big with your age group, but my age group that was really big.
And like ASCII text was a thing, even when you were like chatting to people, like putting images that were just like guy flipping a table, shit like that.
Yeah, that and like
underscores and dashes, 420, and then like X's that are like 3 lowercase, 3 uppercase in front of your name, after your name.
I remember that. I remember, that was like the birth of the less than sign with the 3 for the heart. And then if it was the broken heart, it was the / through it. That was like the birth of that. I think BRB was the birth of, like, that was where the birth of,
a lot of acronyms, actually. I mean, this was all pre, like, gamer tags, where, I mean, obviously, I'm sure there were older games, but, like, before, like, Call of Duty and everything, and people like, oh, this is my name. A lot of people like, oh, I already have an online persona.
Right.
Mainly from, like, AOL and AIM and...
Yeah, I remember...
That's the first, like, kind of alias a lot of people had if you weren't into gaming.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I remember... Now, I could obviously be making this up, but the way I know for a fact I remember it like this.
Demand the truth.
Okay, audience. You want the truth?
Give him the truth. You can't handle the truth.
I'm the one that created the Hold On acronym.
Wow.
I'm the one.
Hold on?
H/O.
Oh.
The reason why is because I never saw anybody do it, and I did it one time, and I felt like everybody started doing it. But granted, it was probably already a thing. But like,
never know.
I used to tell myself, like, I birthed that. Wow. Because I just randomly did it one time. Because it was back then when you were on AOL and like AIM and stuff like that.
Which for people that are AOL Instant Messenger.
But AOL and AIM are two different things.
Completely different things, yeah.
AOL Instant Messenger is the actual website. If your email was through AOL. Like if you had a real AOL, I don't know, what was it, like a subscription or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, because like some people had MSN, some people had like Hotmail, some people had Yahoo, some people had AOL.
So I mean, some boomers still have that AOL.
Yeah, but I didn't have AOL. I had AIM. So basically,
which was free. It was
AIM
free
you had to download from download.com, or you would download it from AOL. I think I downloaded it from download.com. But you would just download the AIM app, and it would just be like a desktop app. You would just double click on the icon.
There's a web-based version. I don't know if originally, but like later on, because some schools banned, you can't download it. And people are like, oh,
that was AOL. Yeah. AOL was the web-based version of it, and
then I had like Trillian at one point, which Trillian was like a because like there was Skype and Yahoo Messenger and AOL, so Trillian used to have like plugins for all the available like ICQ and MSN Messenger, because like I mean, even like now with people with cell phones, like, all right, certain people use MSN Messenger, certain people use Skype, especially if you're at work.
I never heard of that. What is that, like a one-stop shop for like everything?
Yeah, Trillian was like a popular way to kind of again have like multiple accounts all in one spot. So you log in and then you just kind of log into each of the apps with your own, which was really nice.
So it's like almost like what Meta is nowadays. Like,
correct. Yeah.
Meta's so fucking behind.
Yeah.
Trillian was doing that shit 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So AIM, like I said, AIM was what a lot of people downloaded that didn't have AOL. Like me, we had MSN in my house. So you would double click on the MSN logo and MSN would pop. Oh, wasn't it like a disc? You would buy the disc.
Well, they used to give out the free CDs. They give you like so many minutes to try it for free.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. And so we had MSN and it was an MSN logo and MSN came with its own messenger.
Yeah.
But nobody ever used that. Like if you used MSN Messenger, you were probably like kind of like a creepy rapist kind of person.
It was more nerdy to have MSN because MSN was like Microsoft's version of.
Yeah, like none of your friends were on MSN. Like nobody was downloading MSN Messenger, and like I don't know if I ever talked to anybody on MSN Messenger. We might have did it once, and we were like, "This is weird."
Like I had friends that like had it at their job, so like the same thing. Like, oh, if I'm at work today, hit me on MSN. So that's what, like I would use Trinks. I'm like, all right, like I'm gonna be on AOL or whatever.
Okay.
But if my friends were like, all right, my job only has MSN. Again, it was pretty corporate. I know a lot of like people had it at their job.
Yeah.
Like if they had a Windows machine, I think it was like built into Windows that you get MSN Messenger.
Got it. Yeah, we had MSN Messenger just as a family in my household. Yeah, no, we didn't like. I don't think there might have been maybe 2 kids that were in my school that we actually exchanged MSN names, I guess. I don't even know what they were called, but we probably messaged on it like one day and we're like, this is trash. Go back to AIM.
I mean, even to take it a step back, and my apologies for the random nerds that are all over your floor.
It's all right.
To take it a step back, like we talked about like dial-up, which I think is good. Like we got to start from like the precursor. Like, so like you said, like, so for people that don't know, you used to have to use a modem, right? Which is a modem would basically be you'd hook up a phone line, which again, everyone, and this was a given too, which a lot of people don't have nowadays. Like every house pretty much had one phone line. A lot of people maybe had more. Like when I was dating Tracy, she had like, it was this is not very popular, but she has her own phone line because sometimes kids would have like, so the parents would have to worry about. But normally every house had at least one home phone that had like, I remember when I was a kid, my parents had corded phones and cordless phones came out.
Yep.
But then as you started getting computers, you would have like a modem and they had certain speeds. They were like 14.4, 28K, 56K was the most popular one.
Yep.
And every computer you'd plug a phone cable up to. So what would happen is in order to get on the internet, no one in your house could use the phone, which was a big thing because cell phones weren't around. So like, you're like, you can't be on that computer all day. What if like something happens to Nana in the middle of the night? You're like, all right. So like, but that's a big deal because you only got one phone.
It's legit.
And that was because like way back then, like, yeah, I mean, even nowadays, you can get a call 2, 3 in the morning. You're like, all right, something's up with like who died?
Yeah.
You know, like if you're calling me and not texting me, like something's up, like, you know, that you're getting this call at all hours in the morning. So it's like, it wasn't like all day long. Like today, you're on the internet all day long, 24/7, even in your hip.
Yep.
This was like, I'm going home and I'm like shutting down the phone line to go online, which makes it like, I personally, like Tracy had, it was web TV where you would go on that was like web TV. I had Prodigy, which was like CompuServe, which was like, again, kind of like they had internet forums. And this was like, I mean, they had internet, but it wasn't like for browsing the web. Like you said, it was more so for connecting. They had like chat rooms and chat and email first started becoming a thing, but it wasn't your primary form of communication by any means. I mean, until maybe, like you said, like Yahoo became really popular. Everyone had a Yahoo address, but so you would use your computer, you'd go on, and like, again, like dial-up is exactly that. Like you would literally be making a phone call and making an active connection up and until like someone couldn't use the phone. So every time you'd hear, like you could hear the voices if someone picked up a phone and you're like, Mom, I'm on the internet right now. You got to like get off the phone. So I mean, it was kind of a big deal where, again, it's not like all day long your computer was hooked up to the internet.
Yep.
You know, at any given time, it was just like, so I think that was really important to kind of see at a certain stage, like even, I think we talked to this maybe in an early episode, like a lot of houses had one main computer room, or it was like, so you like had to have one computer, and I even remember like before CDs came out, then CDs were a big thing, like where there was Encarta CD where you had like one dictionary. I mean, a house normally had like one dictionary. You went to the library for a dictionary. It's like you could start looking stuff up and playing like kind of legit games on an actual computer, which they were pretty expensive at the time. But I mean, having like this dial-up internet, you're like, all right, now I'm reaching someone outside. You know, I mean, like normally, again, when you make a phone call, you used to have yellow pages and you're dialing a friend. You have to remember a number to dial. And now you're like, I'm accessing people that I don't know who these people are. So I think that was like a big thing to like have these computers, have these machines where like you're going into a computer room, sitting at the family computer, like you said, using a CompuServe, MSN, AOL to access this thing. And we were like, we don't know what this is going to be. Like back then it was just like new technology. Like there were Betamax players and laser discs. We're like, I don't know if this is going to take off, but it's new technology. Let's just try this thing out. So, I mean, no one really knew the internet was going to blow up. But like you said, kind of...
It's like nowadays when all these new apps come out, all these new social media things, and everybody's just jumping on the bandwagon because they want to be the first to it. But you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, that's literally how it was back then. I mean,
how many TikToks and Vines didn't make it? You know, that you're like, weren't popular, but, you know, the kind of the shit gets filtered through. So, I mean, like... going through that and then starting to communicate with other people. So I think what was nice, like, you know, going back to my story of like when I was in college, it was great because like my friends were going away and it's like, well, I'm not going to fucking call my friends on their cell phone. Again, nights and weekends, it's expensive. I don't know. They're not going to have a house phone when they're going away to college because not all of them are in a house. They're in like a dorm.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, how do I reach my friends? You know, and it's like, I'm not going to be sitting there typing like, we weren't writing letters to each other and putting it in the mailbox. I mean, like, I don't know my friend's address, you know, but it's like, all right, what are you going to do? I'll catch you on AIM, you know? So I was kind of around that same time. It was a perfect time for me. We were like, yeah, like I can keep up with my friends. And then oftentimes I would send messages and it's like, hey, I'm such and such's roommate. And now I'm friends with like someone I've never met in person before.
Yeah, and you're just bullshitting with them all the time.
So I think that was, for me, kind of like a big thing of not just connecting with my friends and meeting new people that I haven't seen before, but like kind of seeing this kind of like friends by connection. Like, all right, like now I remember seeing my friend and I went to see him at college and I met his roommate and they're just like, it wasn't like, yo, give me your number. It's like, well, what's your AIM name? I'm just going to hit you up on chat and maybe we're friends, maybe we're not. And, you know, we can connect to, and I think then a lot of my friends started to get to, which they're still into now, is like fantasy football drafts and stuff like. So you start meeting again, kind of like like an online persona that people wind up happening. So I think it was really a cool way to kind of be connected to people that you're, you know. Yeah. Again, even strangers, which again, like I know obviously there's dark sides that, but it's like at least the good part of it is like, going and able to connect with people all over the world, which the only thing that they need is an active internet connection. I think that was also nice too, as schools started offering high speed connections, right? That's when like, all right, they're in broadband and they're using Ethernet and people are like, well, what's Ethernet? And it's like, it doesn't require a phone. You can just
you don't have to listen to the dial-up sound anymore.
Yes. I mean, but that was a big deal, kind of like, and imagine telling someone like, this is unlimited and it doesn't require a phone, which you have to pay for. You know, it's like you're going to go
and
to
you could use your phone.
Yeah, you could use your phone at the same time.
Yeah,
which also was a pretty big game changer. So I think it was just, again, like really, really cool tech, like you said. And we'll talk a little bit about like chat rooms. And I was talking about like forums, like car forums of like people going. So it's like, again, just kind of the starting age of this new like having an online persona. It started almost like we were talking about online and offline era. It's like now you're also having personas. You have your offline life. And this was just like literally the genesis, the beginning of an online persona. And it's like, man, like what's nice about that is like people joke like, when I go to college, I always wanted to shave my head. I always wanted to be a jock. And I was always this nerdy kid. I can be whoever I want to be when I'm going. And now people are like, I can go online and I'll be whoever I want to be. I mean, starting trolling or like, oh, I'm gonna be this or I'm gonna
catfishing.
Yeah, catfishing. Or I'm gonna talk to my crush. I'm gonna talk to my crush, but I'm gonna pretend I'm another girl and be like, hey, what do you think of my friend Brian? You know, but like a lot of people are like, all right, now I can like go online, like you were saying, kind of like making up all these aliases and identities.
My buddies used to pretend, not my buddies. I didn't have like a whole group of them. I had a buddy of mine that would pretend like he was a lesbian and go into lesbian chat.
How much was he pretending though?
I mean, we all like women on this podcast. I mean, so I guess we're all partially lesbian, but my buddy would pretend he was a lesbian to try to get pictures from other lesbians in chat rooms. And he would just like take photos from like porn websites.
Which I think is like, and part of that too, I think is also a healthy thing because it also kind of opened up like this safe space. Like how many kids were afraid, like, I mean, again, even here, like how many people like, I'm afraid to be gay in real life, but online I can be as gay as I want to be and go into gay.
Because no one knows who I am and I could just be myself for a little bit.
Even to just figure stuff out. I mean, even kids nowadays have such a hard time figuring out like, what's my identity? Even then you're like, what is my identity? And I think it was part of like, well, I could be whoever I want to be. And you know what? Like you said, it kind of blends this line of like, what is my online and offline persona? And maybe this is working online, and maybe I should take this offline and make this, you know, and it's like good on people for figuring that. Again, like, it's not just obviously, like we said, like with the good comes the bad.
Of course.
Right?
Of
Like
course.
you said, there's going to be people that, you know.
That's what everything.
But it is kind of neat that, like, to kind of see that we had that, like, technology at our fingertips to be like, hey, I'm connecting with these strangers all over the world, which, again, a good and bad thing, and kind of like the precursor to social media of, like, forming these communities where you're just with strangers and you're just, I have a thought, I have an idea, I want to just converse with someone that, you know, I've never met before. I think is just a truly powerful and innovative thing.
Yeah,
a good
I
step,
mean,
you know, in history.
For my time period, it was a different. The experience was a little bit different, but it's all one and the same. I feel like because going for the warhead.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a.
Yeah, I'll take a hit once I'm done
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, it was a different experience being the age that I was when it first came out. Because when it, so like 2002, 2003 was when it really like peaked from, not peaked, but that's when it began for me. And that's when I was like 12, 13 area. So like you're talking about formative years, you're talking about like puberty starting to happen. And, you know, the one big thing that was like one of the most, I guess, exciting things about being on AIM and AOL was like when you were a guy and you would talk to like a girl from your school or you would become friends with them on AIM, maybe through a chat room or like a group chat that was set up by somebody on AIM. And you just added this person and then you'd finally meet this person at school. And it would be one or two things.
A very intimidating thing, though,
Yeah,
right? Like,
it
oh,
was.
man, this, like, we're taking this, that's nothing. IRL.
Yeah.
Like, we should meet up, and a lot of people, ASL.
Yeah,
A lot of people, ASL.
ASL was a huge deal. ASL, for people that don't know, that are too young, meant age, sex, location, just meaning how old are you, what gender are you, and where do
Where
you
you
live?
located, yeah.
And we always used to say, like,
It's a crapshoot.
14 MNJ.
Yeah, and you never know. You're like, all right, like,
And you
I'm
just
taking
assume.
you at your word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like, and like you said, you could be whatever you want. Like, and you're like, all right, I could be honest or, you know.
That's where all the catfishing started. That's where all the creeps came out. Like, you know, and honestly, if you didn't meet with that person, you would never know.
Yeah.
You know how many people I probably talked to that were creeps? Like, who knows? Like, I would have thought that they were probably a girl that was my age, and in reality, it was some dude sitting in his basement. I would never know. I mean, I'm not like scarred from it. It is what it is. It's just what was the time. That's just how it was. But like, yeah, I remember there was times where like I was talking to people that were at my school, you know, assumably, and I actually met them, and you know, either friendships formed or it was like, oh no, I wasn't expecting this or whatever.
Yeah.
My first girlfriend, barely ever hung out with her, but first online girlfriend that I did actually meet was through AIM and stuff like that. And it was because I met her through somebody else from a different part of where I grew up, because where I grew up, there was 3 different middle schools. There was South, Middle, and North. So somebody that I knew at North introduced me to this girl, and then we just started, you know, dating, but like we were online dating. Like I met her probably 3 times in total over a span of like 6 months. Like, really,
And it's weird seeing how different, like you said, like, oh, like you could have, and I'll get into this because like Tracy and I met online through Match.com, and like even like one of the first communications we had was over AIM. Like we had a relationship over. So it's funny to be like, I met this person online and we kind of like have this connection online, and you're so funny and outgoing, and then you meet someone in person and like they don't say a word and they're reserved.
Complete
and you're
opposite.
Like, and you're like, wow, like, but then like you'll go home that day and you're like, oh, I'll catch up with you online. And you're like, here's my friend again. Like, and because they're like, all right, I don't have to be this fake person around my friend. Or like I said, maybe someone is like bi. And they're like, but what they're like, all right, I have to be straight when I'm in front of my parents or in front of this church group or in front of these other people. And you're like, where's this other person? Like, how come you're this wacky, crazy, funny, interesting person that has these interests online, but then when I meet you in person, like,
you're a statue.
You're completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like interesting seeing how those kind of changes, like sort of like the IRL and online versus offline persona. You're like, man, I had this connection with this persona. And that's again like how catfish happen. You get so emotionally invested where you're just like,
it's crazy because it's like we were learning how to be online presences. Like we didn't know what it was like to be online because we didn't have any example prior to us. Like we literally like were the test dummies of like online communication and like social media. Like,
and I think it's different. Even our experiences are different. Even just like that 4 or 5 year gap where.
Because
like,
when did you first have AOL?
I mean,
like, if you had to guess.
I remember in like the mid to late 90s when like internet was happening. And again, like AIM wasn't a big thing, but people started going online. And I remember like us seeing it become a thing, right? And again, I communicated with friends, again, like calling on the phone or when
Did you feel like you were late to the party with AOL? Like, did you
I didn't feel I was late to the party, but it wasn't my reliable method to communicate, where I think when you had it, it was already an established, like by the time, like you said, you were kind of coming of age, you're like, we're going to connect on AIM. Where for me, it's like, I already had friends and connections through high school. And it wasn't until like college days when we were spread out, it was a means for us to be like, what can we do to make sure we're staying into? Because all of us, I mean, like I remember.
I feel like it's like nowadays, like everybody agreeing to like, let's download WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And just having WhatsApp.
And have a group
like,
chat.
Yeah.
Like we're just going to keep this group chat with my high school buddies and we'll see how long this goes. And
yeah.
so it's kind of interesting seeing that for us.
Warhead hit you?
No, I mean, the watermelon's pretty tasty. But I think it was just funny because for us, like we were just searching. And like I said, there were like ICQ and other different messengers out there. But when we were in high school, we didn't rely on that. Like we would literally just like get in my friend's car, drive to someone's house, knock on the door. Are they home? They're not home. All right, get in the car. We're going somewhere.
Yeah.
And then we're like, all right, how are we going to do this when we're away? And we're like, wow, this is perfect timing.
Right.
Where I think for you, it was like, you knew of these online personas. You're like, it's time for me to plug into this existing. So I think it was funny for me seeing the foundational years of like, this is a new thing. Let's see how this catches on. And like I said, there were competitors like MSN and Yahoo, man. And we're like, all right, these aren't really sticking. Like AIM's the place to be. It's where the most people kind of gather.
Like AIM was like the mall. Like,
yeah.
It was like the mall for like kids. Like it was like the social, like the digital mall. Like everybody was there. Like you always waited to hear the door open.
And we play some of the sounds.
Yeah, of course we could play some of the sounds. But you would wait for those sounds that pop up. Like you'd hear the door open, you'd hear it close, and like, you know.
But the new message.
As a kid, like you would always hope that it was like your crush that came on and like be like, oh shit, she's online, whatever. Or then you hear the door close, like fuck, she just signed off or whatever. Or you'd see like the profiles and the away messages and stuff like that. Like the profile always was like under construction. Like everybody's profile was under construction. Like it never was done.
What movie quote or what song lyrics?
Oh man,
am I feeling today that like, you know.
I remember Simple Plan was just something that was always on like people's away messages and
I think
Hoobastank, the reason.
I was just gonna say this. I also like kind of fed into like the first phase of emo becoming like, because it was like a lot then, like it was all this kind of like harder rock, and now all of a sudden it's like it's okay to kind of be sensitive and make myself seem more emotional. Again, like even emo, it's like it's not like. It's like, man, it's okay to be emotional and kind of show your feelings for certain things, which I think is like kind of, you know. So what left sour apple?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was kind of neat, like I said, to kind of give these online personas. And again, even just, you know, seeing the impact that wound up having like longer term. But to go back, like when Tracy and I'm my wife of, again, 17 years now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We first met on Match.com, and I was like, hey, let's message on AIM. And it was probably like a good 1-2 months. I mean, before we even met in person, where we're like, all right, we're making this kind of connection online. And then like when we met in person, it just kind of exaggerated that like, all right, we have these same feelings. We're the same kind of people that we are. And we're matching these online personas. Like I said, I had friends and I had other experiences where I'm just like, this is something different. Like these people, even friends that I had like from high school, it's like, you're a different person when I see you in person, but like you're a fun or interesting, or we have these same kind of connections, but you're not into this band, you're not into this movie, you're not into this type of comedy or whatever when you're in person, but online, you're less afraid to kind of come out of that shell and be whoever you want to be. And, and even to the point like you raised too, I even had some friends where, like I said, know my different names. So maybe some people are like, oh, when I'm online with this name, I'm in this persona.
Right.
Like maybe I'm this party rock star, I'm this nerd when I'm in this one, and you could be whoever you want to be. So it's like, man, even when I'm going online and people see such and such logged in, you're like, man, I know this person's 3 names. Like he's on this name because he's going after this crush. right? And he came up with this persona. And when he's online with this one, dude's in a bad mood today, right? And he wants to like bully people and just be an asshole. So he has like this dick, you know. So it's funny even seeing those where you're like, man, I know this person's 5 names and I know when they use these, you know. So I think that was also kind of interesting to see as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely an interesting experience. Yeah, I mean, we can start looking at some away messages. I'm looking at some right now. It says 9 AIM away messages that you definitely used in the early 2000s, but these could have been also in the late 90s as well.
So again, if people don't know what an away message would be it's while you're still logged in online. So you're not logged off. You're logged in, but it's you telling people I'm not currently in front of. Because again, like now computers are on all the time. It's you telling people like, hey, I'm here. And the beauty of an away message is you could still get messages from other people. When you go offline, and that was a thing, you can't send messages to people who are offline.
Right.
Right. So it's kind of like, hey, I still want to be online. I want my presence known. I want people to know that I'm available.
But you wouldn't get like the notification. It would like mute it almost.
Correct. And it'd be nice when you're
getting back. It was like do
back.
not disturb.
Yeah, it's like, but when you get back, you can kind of check your voicemails. Like who sent a
It
thing
would
to my away message?
It would be like, if I remember correctly, like it would be like bold and like italicized
maybe
font
gray or something
on the person's username or screen name.
Yeah.
And you would know that they sent you one or something like that. Now it's a little, the lines are blurred a little bit, but all right. So the first one we have is the cryptic quote. So people would post, you want to talk about dramatics.
What a day today.
Yeah. Or.
Which is very like early clickbaity.
So you got star. What's the circa?
Oh, yeah.
Star, circa,
like
star,
infinity.
circa. Yeah. I want to be your favorite hello and hardest goodbye. Star, circa, star, circa. It's just the cryptic quote of like, some 13, 14-year-old girl.
I'm so deep.
I'm
so you're like, I'm so deep. And you're like, are you?
Yeah. And it's just like, just putting it out there. Like she obviously likes somebody. Most people probably know who it's about. But she's not going to let you know.
Thinking of him today.
Yeah.
But like I said, that almost is too on the nose. It's just like they know that I was thinking about them today. It's like, man,
don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Or life's, and this is with every letter.
Toggle case. Every other letter.
Yeah, upper, lower. Yeah. Life's not about the breaths we take, but the moments that take our breath away. It's just these cryptic quote, and it was. But you know what the thing is?
And then you'd ask them what happened. You're like, I played with my dog today.
Yeah, or they didn't want to tell you what happened.
Yeah. I can't even get into it.
Yeah, it's too much. But it sounds corny. It sounds cheesy. But this was like the birth of a lot of it.
This was like the real life equivalent of like walking up to the chalkboard and leaving a message and being like, who wrote that on the chalkboard?
Yeah.
You're kind of like inviting people like, all right, I want you to reach out to me and see what this is all about.
Yeah. All right. Number 2, we got the attention troll. So this is the person that they were never actually away, but they were more likely staring at their screen, waiting for somebody like their crush from third period to log on. It says, it looked a lot like bored as a mofo, someone IM me. Or something more passive aggressive like, so mad right now, don't IM me.
Don't IM. And you see has been online and it's been 16 hours straight that they haven't even gone away.
Yeah. And it says while screaming don't talk to me obviously meant IM me right this very second so I can vent.
Yeah.
That was a very common thing. I'm sure we all have done it.
It's classic teenager.
Yeah.
No one talked to me right now. I'm in such a mood.
Yeah, oh, today's got to be the worst day ever. And it's you were just hoping that
don't let me get started.
Yeah, you were hoping that the girl you liked would reach out and be like, aw, what's wrong? And then you'd be like, jackpot.
Yeah, here it is.
And then you just make up some bullshit. You wouldn't even if something was mildly wrong, you would amplify that to
my nana's sick.
Yeah, like my nana has a runny nose. Be like, she might have to go to the hospital. It's just really bad news. And it was just it was our way of just trying to get attention. And I mean, it was both sides. It was both male and female. And
you know who you are.
It was
you people know who wrote that.
It was definitely
that was a good one. Attention seekers, attention grabbers,
attention trolls.
trolls. Okay, yeah.
So the next one we got is, I got to read this one. I don't know what they're trying to say here, but the in love for life reminder. I was reading it wrong. The in love for life reminder. Consider it the 90s equivalent of shouting your love from the mountaintop. There was no better way to alert the world to the fact that you had the best boyfriend or girlfriend ever. And it was
Johnny's girl 69, and you're just like, no one messaged me because Johnny and I are so in love right now.
Yeah, and the best way was to tag them in your away message.
Yep.
For example, ILY.
I love you.
That was
Johnny.
I love you, Matthew. Less than sign 3, which was the heart. 3/9/1999 dash forever.
Until next week.
Yeah.
Matthew never messaged. Matthew is the biggest jerk in all caps. And you're like...
Yeah, Matthew was seen on the fucking playground with some other girl.
But then the next week, Matthew, happy to be back together, Matthew for life, for LYFE.
Yeah. And Matthew posted his away message, said, I'm not a perfect person. There's many things I wish I didn't do.
Wow. Great reference, yeah.
And then you got, and then, of course, that message very likely changed at least 3 times a semester to something along the lines of heartbroken with the heartbroken sign, Matthew.
Yep.
And if you were basically posting that you loved this person with their name, the same thing happened when you were heartbroken. You would post that person's name.
You gotta put him on blast.
There was no privacy. It was, you were getting outed. Yeah, that was a very big thing. People thought that they were going to be in love forever, but that's every generation.
And again, like for me, it was my friends going away to college, and it was funny because like all these power couples, right? But then like you see it the same thing. In love with Johnny, and then like a month into the semester that they start at the new school, Johnny broke my heart. You know, it's like we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah,
you're like one's in California, one went to NYU. It's like, this ain't gonna work out, baby.
And I also thought of another acronym that was birthed through AIM, and it was kind of like ILY, but it was 143. Do you remember 143?
No. I remember on beepers.
143 was I love you, because it's 1 letter for I, 4 letters for love, 3 for you.
Okay,
they'd put 143, or they'd put 14 and whatever amount of letters you had in your name.
Okay, I love,
Yeah, I love Steve, 145. That was their way of decrypting their message, which is it's just crazy because you think about like how creative people were.
What about like Jonathan that has like 10 letters and it's like,
and how do you spell Jonathan? It could be JOHN, JON, but it's crazy to think about it because of how innovative some of these people and creative people were to like come up with these things. And like
how
who
quick it caught on. And I think that was the thing too, is like everyone always jokes like, how do all of us know that Marilyn Manson had a rib removed to suck his own? But it's because of things like this where you're like, it just spreads.
We didn't have, there wasn't like, we didn't search on Google for this. There wasn't even Google. Like, and
the
if there was
lemon is
Google,
the most intense.
I'm telling you, it was the one that would rock your world. Okay, the next one, this one's so funny. The can't go 5 minutes without an away message. Mm-hmm. You know the type, BRB showering or BRB 1 minute. Followed shortly after with K back, because you obviously couldn't have anyone wondering about the lag time in response when you left the room for more than a fraction of a minute. This was very, very much a thing. I was probably part of this as well. I did this a lot. I don't know why I did this.
I had friends that were like into a lot of sports, so they're in constant activities, and it was like...
But like it would literally be like if I walked downstairs to get like a snack, like I put like
on my way to get a snack.
BRB
snack was delicious. Like every 10 minutes, it was like, dude, we don't need to know every single thing. Like can't wait to take a shower. So beat. Shower was so refreshing. Oh, can't believe my towel smells. Run into the laundry, and you're like, bro.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
And every time you send a message, you're like, I ain't getting a message back.
No. Yeah, it was. That's very much a thing.
That's a good one.
Okay, the next one, the shout out. This one says, laugh out loud. Hi, Max. I told you I would shout you out. I would give you a shout out in my away. Like, it's just like probably
and the inside jokes.
Probably something that was agreed upon at school or something like that, where it's like, yo, shout me out on your thing because maybe Max wanted Like Max knew that you had a friend on your friends list that was like his crush.
And this was before hashtags. So it's a lot of times like, we're going to go online today.
Yeah.
And we're all going to put up the Boogie Down Boys for life.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, what's up with the Boogie Down Boys? You don't even know.
Yeah.
but like before hashtags, and you're like, man, 17 different people are like,
Posted
who the
about
fuck
this.
are the Boogie Down Boys?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're going to the party. Like, Boogie Down Boys are going to the party. Like, who the fuck are the Boogie Down Boys?
Oh, yeah. Here's another one. Yeah. It's all part of the shout out thing, but it says girls with a Z, girls night with my BFFs. Love you. SB, SS, AW, AB, MHC, KM, and KL.
And you know who you are. It always is you know who you are.
And all my other ladies spell LAYDEEZ.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. I don't even got to say it.
That was basic. So
like signing a yearbook.
So people that don't understand all the acronyms, it's all the people's names. So like their initials.
Initials, yeah.
Yeah, that was very, very common. Very common of just shouting people out, but not like
you were not like
blowing up
it was
their
like it
spot.
was like the Boogie Down Boy. It was like a lot
Don't
of
put my
people had
government out
online
there.
crews.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, we're away at different colleges, or we're at a high school and we're battling
Yeah.
this high school this week. Like little they know when they come, like the Boogie Down Boys are gonna come for like the Tiger Crew.
Yeah.
You're like, who the fuck is the Tiger
What
Crew?
the
Like,
fuck are we talking about?
and then people are like, have you heard about the Tiger Crew? And it's like, yeah, Boogie Down Boys are gonna go after him.
Yep. So the next one we got, the emotional outlet. Can anything hold a candle to the melodrama of 90s teens girls? Doubtful. We had our emotional wellspring on tap. It's only natural, and then this often bubbled over into our away messages with angsty sentiments such as worst day ever, everything sucks, and I hate my life. This, of course, would be accompanied by an appropriately morose emoji crying his or her ever-loving pixelated eyes out. This wasn't just a teen girl thing, but it was very much dominated
This is kind
by
of like the
teen
emo
girls.
scene and like
Yeah.
crying bloody tears. You're like, are you?
It's like when girls were like posting Roar, like
Razor blades. Remember, what was her name?
Evanescence.
No. What was the online girl that took? Man, what was her name? There was like that girl online.
I need more, Steve.
Possibly like Roar Girl. It was like a girl that had like black eyeliner and black hair. She was like one of the big like female personalities, like into kind of like, I'm not even gonna say like goth.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I don't remember
but
what her name
yeah.
was. Yeah, it was like Roar Girl or something like that.
Let's see if I can look it up.
90s goth or like 2000 emo goth
first
girl.
emo
Goth
girl on internet.
Yeah. Boxy.
Boxy?
BOXXXY or something like that. Look up Boxy.
Oh, right here.
Yeah,
Boxy.
right there, Boxy.
Yep. B-O...
Right? It's like BOXXXY or something.
Oh, she's grown. Oh, yes, I do remember this face.
Boxy. Right? So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, remember that? Like into the...
Yeah.
And the whole like leave Britney alone kind of, it was like, all right, again, like this was kind of precursor like emo phase. Like
She's still alive.
Oh, good on her. I'm glad she
wasn't
is.
too emotional.
But this was like people wearing like the same thing too, like crying bloody tears tonight over, and you're like,
yeah,
are you? And it's like, my heart is filled with
like,
razor blades.
But like at my age, we believed it.
Yeah.
We didn't know what we were like. Oh, this fucking crazy, or this person's crazy. Like they're doing something great. Like it was interesting time, very interesting time. So the next one we got is the inside joke. Now the away message they have on here is like super cringy, but it's like super accurate. Like it would say, ugh, Sundays. And then it says, laugh out loud. Inside joke with my friends. Sorry if you don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, and then you wanted to know.
Yeah. Like what's about...
Like, that's the perfect way to feel left out.
Too long of a story. Well, what happened? Last Sunday, my friend shit his pants at 7-Eleven. You're like, that wasn't that long of a story.
Either that or like you just weren't... They didn't like... They
want to make you feel like you're on the outside.
Your stature of popularity or coolness didn't warrant their response to even tell you what the inside joke is. And even the people
that would like fake an inside joke.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, tell me about I can't even get into it. And you're like, it's not really a story, is it?
Yeah, no, we just agreed we wouldn't. It's just between us, or like you had to be there type thing.
But like, dude, are you the only person that's in the Boogie Down Boys?
Yeah, is that what you're trying to say?
The Tiger Crew showed up, and the Boogie Down Boys, there's only one person. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to see what the. Yeah, it's just a couple different like examples, but that was a very common thing as well. The next one, the big diss. We 90s kids knew that the only way to deal with confrontation was by facing it head on. We also apparently knew that facing it head on was code for directing our away message at the haters. Oh, burn. This might read, "Why are you reading my status again, Tiffany? Laugh out loud, get a life." It was the proverbial bye Felicia before bye Felicia was a thing.
Yeah, like burn books. They used to have like the burn books, like girls used to write and like put all the slam book.
Yeah, I mean, slam books. We're gonna have an episode about that in the future. We do have something slated in our content calendar for that.
That doesn't come up soon. I'm gonna slam you for that.
Oh yeah, well they put it in
this
your
guy
slam
never
book.
gets around. This guy never delivers.
I remember that this was
putting people on blast.
This was a thing.
This whole "you mama" was like a big thing back then.
This was even a thing when you got into fights. Like,
yeah.
Like,
it was because of this escalated.
I remember I got into a fight after school.
What the fuck did you say about me online?
And there was somebody that was on my block that posted a status. He wasn't a Boogie Down boy.
He was Tiger Crew.
No, he was part of a different crew. Maybe a crew I shouldn't mention. But he posted a status saying that they were selling tickets to a round 2 that I wasn't aware of. I was like, and the first one I had won. It was a quick fight. It wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
But
he sucker punched me.
But the guy that posted the status wasn't the guy that I fought. It was a different kid. But he was like, yeah, he wants a rematch, and we're gonna have a round 2, and we're gonna be selling tickets. I'm like, and as a kid, I'm like, you're selling tickets? Like, how are you gonna sell them? But he posted a status about it, and it was like, oh, Steve and this kid, round 2 at whatever time. And I'm like,
oh, I didn't even know about it.
Yeah. And I went and nobody was there. Nobody was there.
I mean, maybe he sold a bunch of little tickets, though.
It was
good on him for hustling.
It was right on my block. It would be like me walking 4 houses down, but it was like, I thought it was actually going to be a thing. And it wasn't.
3 doors down.
Do we have it?
I took it down.
Oh, it's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a 3 Doors Down album.
Shout out 3 Doors Down. If you guys want to play live on the podcast, hit us up. Offline error at gmail.com.
And this is the final one, and then we'll ride out into the sunset with this episode.
They got a little condom on this.
Did they used to have that?
I don't think they did, but I actually think it's kind of good that it does.
I feel like it did.
Do I have to take the whole thing? I do. I have to take the whole thing out? No. I don't remember having this. But I guess it's good, right? Because, I mean, like, the germs would get through, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But the final one is the obvious. The song lyric.
The song lyric, yeah.
How common, like, wake me up when September ends. That's the example. But there was, like, literally anything that was popping in, like, 2003, 2004. Like, that's when emo music was really taking off. Like, you had Simple Plan was obviously a big one. Good Charlotte was one. Newfound Glory was a big one.
And like you said, the more obscure, the better.
That was less emo. That was more like punk. But like, you know, from first to last, Chiodo, like all these different bands were coming out, and then all these ones were getting quoted. Like,
give all my things to all my friends. Like Adam's song came out, and everyone's like, oh, is this kid suicidal?
Oh yeah, Blink 182. Yeah, like. Just Green Day.
Green Day, yeah.
And like the one that always pops in my head is Hoobastank, because Hoobastank was that song.
Not a perfect person.
The Reason was such a big song, and it goes to show why Hoobastank was a one-hit wonder, because they would never be able to follow it up with another song that good. But yeah, this is very common. I'm Not Dead, and I'm Not For Sale. I don't know what song that's from. Trying to see if there's no, but yeah, there was. I mean, literally, like everybody's away message had a quote. It would literally say like, it would say something like this. Like it would be like, BRB, mom's on computer or mom's on comp, and then it would say, you know, it would just say whatever lyric, like to the windows to the wall. Like I'm just throwing out an example of a song that was big then, but like literally, like you would have 2 parts of your away message. One was the actual meaning of your away message, like, hey, I put BRB, which is be right back, and it says mom's on comp, basically saying like, don't IM me because my mom's literally right here.
Say, yeah, don't be like, hey, we getting pussy tonight. Yeah, like, yeah, she's right here. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So don't
GTG also.
Yeah, G2G.
G2G, yeah, got
G2G. Yeah. Yeah, so it would be that, and then you would post like the other part, whether it would be a song lyric or it'd be the melodramatic post or it'd be I love this guy forever or love this girl forever. Or
the combination of any of the other ones we
yeah,
had.
literally. It would be whatever combination of those were always
Like a
part
song lyric and then
Yep.
like putting someone on blast. Song lyric, inside joke.
Yep.
Song lyric, shout out.
So what do you have to do with this? Sorry to get off track. I just wanted to try this before the
These
episode.
are absolutely delicious, by the way. Look what number they are. Look what number they are. Okay? Just saying. It's a great flavor.
Okay. So we're done with the AOL stuff, and we're going to wrap this episode up shortly. But the one thing I'm going to say is I think the Push Pop stood the test of time.
It's delicious. It's absolutely
I'm
delicious.
not
These
gonna-
are absolutely delicious.
I'm not going to say
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but who makes these?
Oh, and they're not push-ups, which is the other thing. I was confused about the ice cream one.
The Bazooka company.
Bazooka.
Yeah.
The
Bazooka.
gun company or the gum?
Are
Are they the same company?
I don't know.
Like Yamaha.
Like gunpowder. Maybe they'll put gunpowder on the Bazooka gum.
Maybe that's why this is so good.
Maybe. But the Warheads are good. I'll always enjoy the Warhead. But
Not as sour as they used to be.
this is really standing the test of time. Like, this is very reminiscent of what it was. The Warhead just isn't as sour as it
Yeah.
used to be. I feel like we were talking
They
about
must
it
have
before.
changed the recipe.
I feel like
or-
there had to have been like some type of lawsuit where somebody was like, this tore my son's mouth apart, blah, blah, and they got sued, and then they had to like dial it down with the sourness. But those were way sour back
And then
when.
and the sourness was like minutes, I
Like,
remember.
that shit would literally twist up people's faces. Like,
Yeah.
ooh, that shit hitting the wrong way. But this though, this is like literally, this is like what it was. Like,
Delicious.
yeah, I mean, we're gonna be here, getting this down to a point. But, yeah, do you have anything else to talk about with the AOL? I mean,
Really just
almost-
asking the audience, like, are there any of, like you said, we said those 9 kind of like profiles, or anything else we missed? Let us know in the comments. I'd like to hear what you guys' thoughts were about, like.
Yeah, I think the big thing is just like the sounds. We didn't go through the sounds, but
We don't want to get a cease and desist.
yeah, I mean,
There's got to be a soundboard online where you just play the individual sounds.
yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's just like one of those things. Like if you grew up in it, you knew it. If you didn't up in it, you don't even care about it.
True.
There's been plenty of times where I went on YouTube and I just type in like old AOL sounds, and you just hear it, and you just like it's like a shot of heroin.
Takes you back. Yeah, you're like, whoa.
It's like you get that high real quick, and it's
I wouldn't know, but I mean, if you're into H, that's cool. I don't judge.
Listen, that is my age. But yeah, like I said, we didn't play the songs, but the sounds. But if you're from that era, you already know what they are. It's the open door, closed door, the cow mooing, the bling, like whatever. And I can't even replicate the sound in my mouth. It's just such a iconic sound, and I just wonder who was the one that created those sounds. But
Props to them.
yeah, but definitely a golden time for the internet. The introduction of a very early on version of social media. I wouldn't really call it social media. I would just call it like digital messaging, I guess. at that point.
Yeah.
It really wasn't media. It was more just like.
It came to show how, like, again, like instant messaging, as the name implies, it's like it's better than email, right? It's not like I'm waiting for a reply and I have this long thought out thing. It's just like, hit me up. Like you said, like I'm just gonna put some feelers out there, and whoever wants to message me, message me.
Yeah, it was definitely the golden time. It was and things tried to emulate it afterwards, like BBM and WhatsApp and all these different things, and then you had things come up like Skype and Uvu and all these different like webcam versions of it, but it'll never come close to what AOL and AIM were, because it was just revolutionary for the time. You're not going to be able to recreate revolutionary stuff when it's already been done. So,
As I said, it filled a gap that was needed at that time.
yeah, because it was basically your way of being a pen pal without having to write anything, and it was instant. That's why it's instant message. You send it and it's right there, and it would show when they were typing back. It was the beginning of all that. Like when you get a text message right now with somebody who has an iPhone and you have an iPhone, like you could see the bubble pop up for them. That all started on AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that you guys experience now all started back then, and just all, just kind of grew over time to what it is now.
Respect your elders.
Yeah, respect your fucking elders.
One We gave AOL a name. It's flowers. It definitely deserves flowers. It's a piece in history.
One of these days, we should double check to see if AIM is still a thing.
I think they discontinued like the last servers not too long ago, maybe like 10, 15 years ago or something. Like they shut down the last like official AIM server.
So right around when you got married.
Probably, yeah.
We should look into it still.
Jenny, pull that up.
Yeah. Jenny, check AIM. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you guys tuning in for this episode. We'll be back for our next episode next time. Drop a comment. Follow us on TikTok. I'm Steve.
I'm Steve.
We're the offline era. Talk to you guys next time.